Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's some links down below to some other channels. There's a gaming channel, a sports channel, a reaction channel, also a Twitch channel. Please go down there, subscribe to those channels, turn on your notifications for those channels as well. Follow those channels and just get ready for the content that I'm going to post over there, especially that Twitch channel. Get over to that Twitch channel. I'm going to be doing some live gaming. So I want you folks to be involved in all that I am doing on this platform so that we can interact on, different levels and talk about different content and stuff I'm putting out, have laughs and jokes and all kinds of stuff. So please go down there to those channels and again, subscribe and follow and turn your notifications for those. So when content is posted, you folks will be in the know. So with that said and put aside, it's time to talk about the Jets tight end position. And something that happened today really got my wheels spinning about this, because today, Denzel Mims, one of our draft picks from this recent draft, our second round draft pick, a guy that we drafted to come in and really, supposedly have big impact this year because he was the only receiver we drafted in the draft. So he was a guy that we were looking to really have significant contribution from this year. We still are looking forward to it. He looks like he's tweaked his hamstring. So we don't know how long that's going to affect him. We don't know, how that's going to affect his game, but we do know that he's, probably going to miss. He's already missed this, this day of camp, but how many more days? Who knows? So when you look at this situation with no preseason games, and now it looks like he's going to be missing practices coming up, that's not going to help him. And it's not, it's not going to help his understanding of the offense in real time, his timing within the offense, building that chemistry with Sam. That this injury is going to affect that. It could also, because again, hamstring injuries, they tend to linger. We've seen them, throughout the league with multiple players where they get a hamstring injury and it costs them 1, 2, 3, 4. Hell, Mosley missed pretty much the whole damn season because of a hamstring injury. So I'm hoping that Mims is able to come back, but if he isn't, that's going to hurt us because our wide receiver position is thin. You look at the situation, you're pretty much coming out with Rashad Perryman and Crowder. That's pretty much your only legitimate threats because, Dotson, who's a first-round bust anyway, he's opted out for the season. And if Mims is hurt and this injury continues to linger, then he's not going to be giving you anything for however many weeks he's going to be out. So I look at this situation and I say, how can we help Sam? Who can be out there that could be a pass catcher? So I look directly at the tight end position and I say, hey, which one of these guys can step up? I look at this tight end position. Some of the guys I'm going to name here: Chris Herndon, Ryan Griffin, Daniel Brown. Trevon Resco right now is labeled as a fullback, but he does kind of play that halfback role. He was drafted as a tight end, so I just kind of put him in that group. But he is technically listed as a fullback, but again, he could be playing that halfback like we played Quincy Anua, where he would move around and he would go into that tight end position. There were times where we, moved him around in the offense. So when I look at this situation, the guy that sticks out to me as glaring that needs to have an impact within this offense this year is Chris Herndon. Dude, he's got to step up. I want to hear from you folks because to me, in my mind, this might be a make or break year for him, in my mind, because he's been here, some years, and it's always been something with him. It's either suspensions or injuries. We've seen these flashes here and there. We've seen things where we said, oh man, this kid could be really good. We've also seen some things where we've been like, I don't know, what's going on with him? But then we've had the injuries. We really couldn't figure out what he was and what he wasn't. And again, the suspensions as well. He's got to come in here. He's got to be healthy this year. He's got to step up, and he's got to get ready to have a significant role within this offense. Because I think for him, he's a big guy. He's athletic. He could become a big-time target for Sam. He could become Sam's relief valve when things is just going awry and pressure is coming and Sam don't know what's going on. Just dump it down to Herndon, and with a big body, and he's going to stiff arm a couple guys, maybe run a guy over or two, and just find his way to rumble and keep the chains moving. Chris Herndon's got to be that guy. He's got to be that guy this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I want you folks to comment down below and let me know what you think about Herndon. I look at the rest of the tight end group. Ryan Griffin is a guy that came in and played solid for us at tight end last year. I really liked his production, But he's a guy, again, he's on the PUP list because he's got an ankle injury. He's probably not going to be back until week 1. And again, hopefully that ankle's all good to go and he's going to be able to play. But if he is able to play, I think, him and Herndon together, 2 tight end sets, could really be the answer to us having issues at wide receiver and being so thin. We can put these 2 guys out there, particularly in the red zone. 2 big guys, big bodies, guys that can move. Ryan Griffin's a decent route runner. Again, Herndon being as athletic and fast as he is, and he's got solid hands. These guys, could really help out and give us some production so that we're not hurting as much as, we could be hurting. Again, if Mims' injury lingers, we could really be having some trouble here. Again, you look at that tight end room, Daniel Brown, more of a blocker, a guy that can really help you out in situations. And I think Wesco, again, I think he's going to be kind of crucial as a blocker as well, particularly within, the running game. Listen, Adam Gase had a couple press conferences where he talked about Le'Veon Bell, and this is recently, and he talked about how, he didn't use him correctly, he was struggling to use him, and he's got to find ways to get him the football, so on and so forth. He's going to be, there's going to be concerted effort basically to get Le'Veon the ball. Listen, Wesco could be a guy that could be a lead blocker out there. You play that I formation and just go. All right, let Wesco, move him around as that fullback, whether it be, you putting him out a little bit and having him, come in, crash down as a blocker and just keep guys off of Le'Veon, and then boom, let Le'Veon do the work. So that's something that Wesco, I think, is going to do well here if he's used in that role. But again, he can also be a guy that could be, put at that tight end position and also not just be a solid blocker there, but, maybe he'll catch a couple balls this year too. So I'm looking at this tight end position and I'm saying to myself, there's some guys that can really help here and some guys that can step up, especially Herndon, guys that need to step up like Herndon and have, a big impact this year. Because if this tight end position gives us nothing, if Herndon does not do anything this season or has yet another injury-plagued season like we've seen in the past, we're really going to be in some trouble offensively because, again, everything is looking so thin at wide receiver, especially Dotson opting out. Man, it's just like, whew, things just, it's kind of not only drafting 1 wide receiver in that draft, it's kind of, looking like it might bite us in the butt, you know what I'm saying? So I know there's some free agent wide receivers that are probably going to be out there. Demaryius Thomas might be a guy that they look at again, who knows? But this tight end position definitely has some guys that have some definite potential to come in and really help this football team so that we're not struggling as much offensively, because there's some guys, again, Herndon, Griffin, some guys that are pass catchers. So I want you folks to comment down below and let me know what you folks think. How do you feel about the Jets tight end position? What are your thoughts about Chris Herndon? Do you think that this is the year that he turns it around, kind of, cleans things up, get it together? Do you trust that he'll, have a injury-free season? Do you think that this is going to be another injury-plagued season for him? Where do you feel with that? What are your thoughts about Griffin? How do you feel about his production this year? Could you see Griffin and Herndon being used in 2 tight end sets and really, have an impact there? I want to get your folks' thoughts on this. Also, let me know what you think about Mims' injury. How concerned are you about that hamstring injury? Also, how concerned are you about our wide receiver, core as a whole, especially the depth? So I want to get you folks' thoughts on that. Again, comment down below. I want to hear from you people. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.